What if I told you that one of the most controversial foods in nutrition, history, is actually one of the healthiest things you can eat every single day? I'm talking about eggs. For decades, eggs have been demonized, blamed for high cholesterol, heart disease, and just about every health problem you can imagine. But here's the truth that the research now clearly shows: eating 3 to 4 eggs daily might be one of the smartest nutritional decisions you can make for your health. Now, I know what you're thinking. But what about cholesterol? Won't that clog my arteries? Stay with me, because we're going to completely destroy that myth in the next few minutes. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what happens inside your body when you eat eggs daily, why eggs are nutritionally superior to almost every other food, and how to choose the best eggs to maximize your health benefits. Whether you're 30 or 70 years old, whether you're trying to build muscle, lose weight, protect your brain, or simply feel more energized throughout the day, eggs have something powerful to offer you. So let's dive deep into the science and separate fact from fiction once and for all. Let's address the elephant in the room first. For years, we've been told that eating eggs will raise your cholesterol and increase your risk of heart disease. This idea became so ingrained in our culture that millions of people started throwing away egg yolks and only eating egg whites, thinking they were doing something healthy for their hearts. But here's what actually happens. When you eat dietary cholesterol from eggs, your body is incredibly intelligent. Your liver produces about 75 to 80% of all the cholesterol in your body. When you consume cholesterol from food, your liver simply reduces its own production to compensate. It's a beautiful self-regulating system. Multiple large-scale studies over the past decade have completely debunked the egg cholesterol myth. A meta-analysis published in the British Medical Journal reviewed data from over 600,000 participants and found no significant association between egg consumption and heart disease or stroke in healthy individuals. In fact, some studies showed that people who ate eggs daily actually had a lower risk of cardiovascular problems compared to those who avoided eggs. Why? Because cholesterol is not the villain we've been taught to fear. Cholesterol is absolutely essential for life. Every single cell membrane in your body is made from cholesterol. Your brain is approximately 25% cholesterol by dry weight. Cholesterol is the precursor to all your steroid hormones, including testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, and cortisol. Without adequate cholesterol, your body cannot function properly. And here's something most people don't know. Dietary cholesterol has very little impact on your blood cholesterol levels. What actually raises your blood cholesterol, particularly the dangerous small dense LDL particles, is excessive sugar and refined carbohydrate consumption, not eggs. So if you've been avoiding eggs because of cholesterol fears, it's time to rethink that decision based on current science, not outdated nutritional dogma from the 1970s. Now let's talk about why eggs are nutritionally superior to virtually every other protein source on the planet. Eggs contain the most bioavailable, most absorbable form of protein you can consume. This is measured by something called biological value, and eggs score a perfect 100 on this scale. What does that mean practically? It means your body can actually use almost all of the protein from eggs, whereas with other protein sources like beef, chicken, or fish, your body can only utilize about 10 to 20% of that protein for fuel if needed. With eggs, approximately 65% can be converted and used as energy. This makes eggs incredibly efficient. Protein is not just for bodybuilders and athletes. Every single person needs adequate protein daily because protein is the fundamental building block of your muscles, tendons, ligaments, skin, hair, and nails. Protein is essential for repair and recovery after any physical activity or injury. It's required to make enzymes that drive every biochemical reaction in your body. It's necessary for hormone production. And as we age, maintaining adequate protein intake becomes even more critical to prevent muscle loss, maintain bone density, and preserve independence and quality of life. Eggs contain all 9 essential amino acids in the perfect ratios your body needs. This makes eggs a complete protein source. One amino acid in particular stands out: leucine. Leucine is the key trigger for muscle protein synthesis, which is the process your body uses to build and maintain muscle tissue. Eggs are exceptionally rich in leucine, which is why they're so effective for anyone trying to build muscle, recover from exercise, or prevent age-related muscle loss. When you eat 3 to 4 eggs daily, you're providing your body with approximately 18 to 24 grams of the highest quality protein available. This helps stabilize your blood sugar, keeps you feeling full and satisfied for hours, reduces cravings for sugary snacks, and provides your body with the raw materials it needs to repair and regenerate every single day. Let's talk about something incredibly important but often overlooked: eggs and brain health. Your brain is the most metabolically active organ in your body, and it requires very specific nutrients to function optimally. Eggs provide several of these critical brain-supporting nutrients. First, let's discuss choline. Eggs are the second highest dietary source of choline, right after beef liver. One large egg contains approximately 150 milligrams of choline, and if you eat 3 to 4 eggs daily, you're getting between 450 and 600 milligrams, which is close to or exceeds the adequate intake recommendation for most adults. Why does choline matter? Choline is absolutely essential for brain function and development. It's a precursor to acetylcholine, one of the most important neurotransmitters in your brain that's involved in memory, learning, attention, and muscle control. Low choline levels are associated with cognitive decline, memory problems, and even conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Choline also plays a critical role in something called methylation, which is a biochemical process that happens billions of times per second in your body. Methylation is essential for DNA repair, detoxification, neurotransmitter production, and maintaining proper gene expression. Without adequate choline, this entire system becomes compromised. Additionally, choline is necessary for liver health. It helps prevent fatty liver disease by assisting in the transport of fats out of the liver. It's also a key component of bile, which your body needs to digest and absorb dietary fats and fat-soluble vitamins. Now let's talk about lutein and zeaxanthin. These are powerful carotenoid antioxidants that concentrate in 2 main places in your body: your eyes and your brain. In your eyes, they make up the macular pigment in your retina, where they protect against oxidative damage and blue light exposure. Studies show that higher intake of lutein and zeaxanthin is associated with significantly reduced risk of age-related macular degeneration and cataracts, the 2 leading causes of vision loss in older adults. But here's what's fascinating: lutein and zeaxanthin also cross the blood-brain barrier and accumulate in your brain tissue. Research shows that these compounds support cognitive function, processing speed, and overall brain health throughout your lifespan. When you eat eggs daily, you're literally feeding and protecting both your eyes and your brain at the same time. Eggs also contain phospholipids, particularly phosphatidylcholine and phosphatidylserine, which are structural components of every cell membrane in your body, but especially concentrated in brain tissue. These phospholipids support the fluidity and integrity of cell membranes, facilitate communication between brain cells, and support memory and cognitive function. This might surprise you, but eating eggs daily can actually support cardiovascular health rather than harm it. Let me explain several mechanisms through which this works. First, eggs contain specific peptides and bioactive compounds that have been shown to have blood pressure lowering effects. These act similarly to ACE inhibitors, which are common blood pressure medications, but they work naturally and gently. Multiple studies have demonstrated that regular egg consumption is associated with lower blood pressure readings, particularly in people who are overweight or have metabolic syndrome. Second, eggs are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly if you choose eggs from pasture-raised chickens or eggs enriched with omega-3s. Omega-3 fatty acids are well established for their cardiovascular benefits, including reducing inflammation, lowering triglycerides, improving arterial function, and reducing the risk of abnormal heart rhythms. Third, eggs contain vitamin K2, which is one of the most underappreciated nutrients for cardiovascular health. Vitamin K2 activates proteins that help direct calcium into your bones and teeth, where it belongs, and keep it out of your arteries and soft tissues, where it causes problems. Arterial calcification is a major contributor to heart disease, and vitamin K2 is one of the few nutrients that can help prevent and even reverse this process. Fourth, the high-quality protein in eggs helps maintain healthy body composition by preserving lean muscle mass and supporting fat loss. This matters tremendously for cardiovascular health because excess body fat, particularly visceral fat around the organs, is a major driver of inflammation and cardiovascular risk. Fifth, eggs provide selenium, a trace mineral that's essential for the production of glutathione, your body's master antioxidant. Glutathione protects your cardiovascular system from oxidative stress and inflammation, which are root causes of atherosclerosis and heart disease. The bottom line is this: when consumed as part of a whole foods, low-sugar diet, eggs support, rather than harm cardiovascular health, and the research consistently demonstrates this. Let's break down exactly what you're getting when you eat eggs. One large egg contains approximately 70 calories, 6 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat, and less than 1 gram of carbohydrate. But the real magic of eggs isn't in the macronutrients, it's in the incredible micronutrient density. Eggs contain vitamin A in its active, preformed state called retinol. This is significant because many people cannot efficiently convert beta-carotene from plant foods into active vitamin A. Vitamin A is essential for vision, immune function, skin health, and cellular communication throughout your body. Eggs are one of the few natural dietary sources of vitamin D, which is technically a hormone rather than a vitamin. Vitamin D is critical for immune function, bone health, mood regulation, cardiovascular health, and disease prevention. Most people are deficient in vitamin D, and eggs can contribute to meeting your needs, especially during winter months. Eggs contain all the B vitamins, including B12, which is only found in animal products and is essential for energy production, red blood cell formation, nervous system function, and DNA synthesis. They also contain folate, which works synergistically with B12 and choline for methylation processes. Eggs provide iron in the heme form, which is much more bioavailable than plant-based iron. Iron is essential for oxygen transport in your blood and energy production in your cells. Eggs also contain biotin-binding proteins, which support healthy hair, skin, and nails. The fat in egg yolks is predominantly monounsaturated and saturated fat, which are stable fats that don't oxidize easily and are useful for hormone production and cellular structure. The yolk also contains fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, which can only be absorbed when consumed with fat. Eggs contain zinc, selenium, iodine, and phosphorus, all essential minerals that most people don't get enough of in their diets. They also contain powerful antioxidants beyond lutein and zeaxanthin, including vitamins A and E and selenium, which work together to protect your cells from oxidative damage. When you eat 3 to 4 eggs daily, you're not just eating protein. You're consuming a comprehensive multivitamin, multimineral supplement that's perfectly designed by nature, wrapped in a convenient, delicious package. Here's something most people don't know about eggs. They contain natural antimicrobial proteins that support your immune system. These include lysozyme, ovotransferrin, and ovomucoid, which have been shown to have antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties. These proteins exist in eggs for a very specific evolutionary reason: to protect the developing embryo from infection. When you consume these proteins, they can provide similar protective benefits in your digestive tract and throughout your body. The iron-binding and biotin-binding properties of eggs also have antimicrobial effects, because they can sequester these nutrients away from pathogenic bacteria, essentially starving them and preventing their growth. Additionally, the high-quality protein and amino acids in eggs support the production of antibodies and immune cells, strengthening your body's natural defense systems against infections and diseases. Not all eggs are created equal, and this is where quality really matters. Let me walk you through the different types of eggs you'll find in stores and what those labels actually mean. Conventional eggs make up approximately 65% of all eggs sold. These come from chickens that are kept in small cages, never see daylight, and are fed a diet primarily consisting of GMO corn and soy. These chickens are often given antibiotics to prevent disease in the crowded conditions. The nutritional profile of conventional eggs reflects this poor diet. They're much lower in omega-3 fatty acids, have a higher omega-6 content, contain less vitamin E, less vitamin A, and fewer beneficial carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin. Cage-free eggs sound better, and they are marginally improved. This means the chickens are not in cages, but are typically kept indoors in large barns, still quite crowded, with no access to the outdoors. They're usually fed the same conventional feed as caged chickens. The nutritional difference between conventional and cage-free is minimal. Free-range eggs mean the chickens have some access to the outdoors, though access doesn't necessarily mean they actually go outside, or that the outdoor area is anything more than a small concrete slab. The feed is still typically conventional. Organic eggs must come from chickens fed organic feed without GMOs, pesticides, or synthetic fertilizers. The chickens cannot be given antibiotics or hormones. This is a significant step up in quality. However, organic doesn't necessarily mean the chickens have outdoor access or that they're eating their natural diet. Pasture-raised eggs are the gold standard. These come from chickens that spend significant time outdoors, pecking at grass, bugs, worms, and other natural foods that chickens are meant to eat. This dramatically changes the nutritional profile of the eggs. Pasture-raised eggs contain up to 3 times more omega-3 fatty acids, up to 2 times more vitamin E, 38% more vitamin A, and significantly higher levels of lutein and zeaxanthin compared to conventional eggs. The color of the yolk tells you a lot about the quality. Conventional eggs typically have pale yellow yolks. Pasture-raised eggs have deep orange or even reddish yolks, which indicates high carotenoid content. The darker the yolk, generally the more nutritious the egg. Vegetarian fed is actually a misleading label that sounds healthy but isn't ideal. Chickens are not naturally vegetarian. They're omnivores that thrive on a diet including insects and worms. Eggs labeled vegetarian fed often come from chickens fed only grains, which means they're missing the diverse nutrients they would get from their natural diet. Omega-3 enriched eggs come from chickens whose feed has been supplemented with ingredients like flaxseed or fish oil to increase the omega-3 content. These can be a good middle ground option if you can't afford or access pasture-raised eggs. If you have access to local farms or farmers markets, buying eggs directly from small-scale farmers who raise their chickens on pasture is often your best option. You can see how the animals are raised, ask questions about their feed and living conditions, and you're supporting local, sustainable agriculture. Now, I understand that pasture-raised organic eggs can cost 2 to 3 times more than conventional eggs. If budget is a concern, here's my recommendation. Buy the best eggs you can afford, but don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Conventional eggs are still a nutrient-dense, healthy food that's far superior to most breakfast options like cereal, bagels, or pastries. If you can only afford conventional eggs, still eat them. You're still getting high-quality protein and many important nutrients. How you prepare your eggs matters for nutrient preservation and absorption. Here are some important tips. Don't overcook your eggs. High heat for extended periods can oxidize the cholesterol and fats in eggs, creating potentially harmful compounds. It can also denature some of the beneficial proteins and destroy heat-sensitive vitamins. The best cooking methods are gentle and quick, soft-boiled, poached, sunny-side up with a runny yolk, or scrambled on low heat with plenty of healthy fat like butter or ghee. These methods preserve the integrity of the nutrients, especially in the yolk. Should you eat eggs raw? While raw eggs contain all nutrients in their most intact form, there are two concerns: biotin absorption and food safety. Raw egg whites contain avidin, which binds to biotin and can prevent its absorption if consumed in large quantities over time. Cooking denatures avidin, making biotin fully available. The food safety risk with raw eggs is relatively low with high-quality fresh eggs, but it exists. If you choose to consume raw eggs, use only the freshest pasture-raised eggs from a trusted source. Pairing eggs with certain foods dramatically increases nutrient absorption. Here are the best combinations. Eggs with arugula or other dark leafy greens enhance the absorption of carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin. The fat in the egg yolk helps your body absorb the fat-soluble nutrients from the greens. Eggs with tomatoes create a powerful antioxidant combination. The lycopene in tomatoes is better absorbed when consumed with fat, and eggs provide that fat. Eggs with onions provide quercetin and sulfur compounds that support detoxification and reduce inflammation. Eggs with avocado gives you a complete nutritional powerhouse, high-quality protein, healthy fats, fiber, potassium, and a full spectrum of vitamins and minerals. Eggs cooked in butter or olive oil or topped with these fats enhances the absorption of all fat-soluble vitamins. Adding black pepper to your eggs increases the bioavailability of many nutrients through a compound called piperine. A simple but incredibly nutritious meal might look like this: 3 to 4 eggs scrambled in grass-fed butter, served with sautéed spinach, onions and tomatoes, topped with avocado slices, a drizzle of olive oil, and a crack of black pepper. This meal provides complete protein, healthy fats, fiber, and nearly every vitamin and mineral your body needs, with minimal carbohydrates and no sugar. While virtually everyone can benefit from eating quality eggs daily, certain groups of people will notice particularly dramatic improvements. Seniors over 60 benefit enormously because eggs provide easily digestible, bioavailable protein that helps prevent age-related muscle loss. The choline, lutein, and zeaxanthin protect brain function and vision. The complete amino acid profile supports tissue repair and maintenance. Athletes and people who exercise regularly need the leucine and complete protein for muscle recovery and growth. The vitamins and minerals support energy production and performance. People trying to lose weight find that starting the day with eggs dramatically reduces hunger and cravings throughout the day compared to carbohydrate-rich breakfasts. The protein and fat keep blood sugar stable and provide lasting satiety. Pregnant and breastfeeding women need the choline for fetal and infant brain development. The folate, B12, iron, and other nutrients support healthy pregnancy outcomes. People with diabetes or blood sugar issues benefit from eggs because they have virtually no impact on blood glucose levels, unlike typical breakfast foods. They help improve insulin sensitivity and reduce hemoglobin A1C over time. Anyone concerned about cognitive decline or memory issues should prioritize eggs for the choline, phospholipids, lutein, and zeaxanthin that specifically support brain structure and function. So what actually happens when you eat 3 to 4 eggs daily? Let me summarize the profound changes you can expect. Within days to weeks, you'll likely notice more stable energy throughout the day, fewer cravings for sugar and junk food, improved satiety and reduced hunger between meals, and better mental clarity and focus. Within weeks to months, you may experience improvements in body composition with increased muscle mass and decreased body fat, enhanced exercise recovery and performance, stronger hair and nails, improved skin quality, better mood stability, and potential improvements in blood sugar control and blood pressure. Over months to years, regular egg consumption supports long-term brain health and cognitive function, protects your vision as you age, maintains muscle, mass, and physical function, supports cardiovascular health, and provides comprehensive nutritional insurance against deficiencies. The evidence is clear: eggs are not the dietary villain they were made out to be. They're one of nature's most perfect foods, providing complete protein, essential fats, and a comprehensive array of vitamins, minerals, and beneficial compounds that support virtually every system in your body. If you've been avoiding eggs due to outdated cholesterol fears, it's time to bring them back into your diet. If you're already eating eggs but limiting yourself to just 1 or 2, consider increasing to 3 to 4 daily and watch how your body responds. Start with the best quality eggs you can afford. Prepare them gently to preserve nutrients. Pair them with vegetables and healthy fats for maximum benefit, and make them a consistent part of your daily nutrition. Your brain, your muscles, your heart, your eyes, and your overall health will thank you. This is one of the simplest, most powerful dietary changes you can make, supported by decades of research and centuries of human experience. If you found this information valuable, please share this video with someone who still believes eggs are bad for them. Let's spread the truth about this incredibly nutritious food. And remember, always consult with your healthcare provider before making significant dietary changes, especially if you have existing health conditions. Thanks for watching, and here's to your health.